All right, everybody, welcome to the story room.
The story room.
The story room, brother. It's back.
We're gonna tell some stories.
After a long hiatus, we are finally dedicated to talking about one subject that is not Walking Dead, because I'm bragging on the Walking Dead comic book expert, Cody himself.
Yes.
Cody Walker.
Yes.
And we're all talking about the, this is a special episode too, because this right here mixes both worlds together of like terrifying horror and comic books, technically kind of together.
Yeah.
In a DC style world. Because I never read any kind of DC stuff more disturbing.
Yeah.
Than what we're about to go over with you guys, which is the Batman's Dark Knight Metal.
Yeah.
Metal, baby.
Yeah, this one was they hyped this up for a while before it came out, and I was pretty excited about it because for a while I would tell anybody like, oh, you were a DC or Marvel, and I always told everyone that would listen like, no, I'm basically just Batman.
Yeah.
Because if everyone else in DC didn't exist besides Batman, I'd still be pretty all right with that. But and I think someone heard me, because this story was basically like a Batman version of all the Justice League were like the enemies.
Oh yeah. And yeah, it's very interesting too, because obviously a lot of like comic book stories, you know, mostly go on to like, you got the hero's kind of invincible.
Yeah.
But he has all these superpowers. He fights space demons, you know, all this kind of stuff. But Batman's always been one who doesn't have any superpowers. He's just very smart and very resilient. Yeah. But he also has a dark side too.
Yeah, he's a very brooding individual. He's very dark, and all the Justice League, they basically know that he's serious all the time. If you get him to smile, it's a very rare occurrence.
Yeah, and you know what's very interesting too. Before we get into the story about Batman and the Justice League, he's the only one who created plans to stop the Justice League too.
Yeah.
Because he thought outside the box, just in case one of these Justice League guys went rogue or got, you know.
Yep.
Whatever, he always came up with different plans, so I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah.
About that. So, when it comes to the Dark Knight Metal, how did you first hear about it? Like, who was it? The artist or?
It was the writer. He was talking about stuff that he had planned and coming up, because he did the Batman New 52 run, which is one of my favorite Batman runs of all time. And when they said that he was getting back together with the same artist for this, I was pretty excited.
Okay. So this guy with that Batman 52, what made that one kind of good?
It explored a really dark side of Batman's villains and stuff. Like the version of the Joker they did, he got the doll maker to like cut his face off, just for like, I don't know, I don't even think there was really a reason for it, like just because he's the Joker. And then like in one of the earlier issues, he broke out or came back, because I think he just randomly disappeared, but then he came back to get his face out of evidence and kill some police officers on the way, and then he got his face back and like stapled it back on. So they took a really like dark approach to a lot of his villains, and I thought that was pretty cool. And Greg Capullo, the artist, most of the stuff I've seen, like his early work, was a lot of like Spawn and a lot of horror related stuff. So he has a lot of experience drawing kind of like darker stuff and creepier looking stuff. You can look at his you can tell by his artwork, it's got kind of a pretty creepy feel to it a lot of the time.
Yeah, I could definitely notice that. So like I was saying, everybody has the big mixture of both worlds in there.
Yeah.
You know, you got the regular Batman superhero story, but mixed in with like a kind of a Spawn atmosphere, which just kind of reminded me of it too.
Yeah. Because
a lot of the stuff has a very kind of like an adult theme on some of the storylines in this.
Yeah, for sure. That's why they have Batman, and like he's probably in like 6 or 8 books right now. But that's because they have him doing a lot of dark stuff like this that, you know, a lot of younger kids can't read. But you know, Batman's still loved by everybody, so they have a little more age appropriate stuff for him and everything. So that's why Batman's just got so much going on in his stories.
Oh yeah. Now, also, too, you know, we were talking before this. Obviously, the DC comic game has been pretty good.
Yes.
You know, they have some pretty good storylines, pretty good plot, but it's not really translating to the movies too well.
No, it is definitely not.
Now, my campaign is you just make this shit a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I know a lot of the stuff, like Marvel and everything, they want to generate stuff towards kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You know,
Yeah.
you get a lot of money, a lot of families going. That's how you get your revenue up.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, hey, look at that Deadpool movie. That ain't towards kids.
Yeah.
And that made a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Fuck it. Just do the opposite, man. Just DC should just do the opposite, man. Just, hey, come out with some crazy story
Exactly.
that's R-rated.
Yeah.
And this would be, to me, this would be your perfect storyline.
Yeah, this would be perfect, in my opinion, to make a splash in the movie. It would be a lot of budget they'd have to do, but I mean, I think they can afford it.
This should be like at least a Justice League
Yeah.
movie somehow.
For sure, yeah. If they don't do this into like at least an animated movie, that would be a travesty.
Yes.
Because at least DC's animated movies are at least really good too.
Yeah.
It's their live action they're trying to play catch up with Marvel.
Yeah. They might get there one day. You know, you never know. Maybe something will come
Well,
out.
hopefully
and blow up.
after the success of Infinity War, hopefully DC will see that they don't need to catch up quickly. They just need to do it right. Because Marvel, for Avengers Infinity War, this is like a 10-year, 12-year build-up since Iron Man. And
Yeah.
shit, that was worth it, in my opinion. Worth every second.
Yeah.
for that
was
movie.
really- yeah. That movie was great. We'll probably talk about that. Maybe that's some other kind of form. We'll see. But also, too, to my opinion, as long as we get Jared Leto out of the universe, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no pimped out gangster Joker.
Yeah, that...
Not a fan.
Yeah, that was not good.
All right, so let's get into some of the storyline over here, everybody. Morning, there is going to be spoilers here. I mean, come on. What does me and Cody do that's not spoilers?
Exactly.
All right, if you guys don't know that by now, then hey, you know what? It's not my fault that you fucked up on the internet. All right.
Right.
So how we'll kind of do this is like this is gonna be a long story. I mean, there's like 6 issues of the main story plus a bunch of side issues too.
Yeah.
So what me and Cody basically gonna do is we're just gonna go over the major plot and kind of what's happening, and then we're gonna talk about some of the side issues and how they kind of react, because a lot of comic books, you know, they all have events. You know, we have like the Civil War event, the Gauntlet event. Well, I don't think they really did that back in the day though. But like it seems like nowadays they'll have like a major storyline, but yet they'll come out with a bunch of side issues.
Yeah.
That either lead up or like take another side road to the story.
They're trying to get other people to buy books they wouldn't normally buy just to stay
Yeah.
in the know of this entire story. So
Now what's really interesting about that too is because some of the side issues, especially for Metal, I find those are like more interesting.
yeah,
Like than the actual story. Like
Yeah.
the actual story seems like, okay, here's my one of Greg Klein's great comparisons. The Dark Knight Metal storyline seems like a movie.
yeah,
But the side stories seem like a Netflix drama.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Where there's more to like the actual one character and side plots going on. This one just seems like a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like the main story ran all the way through
yeah.
it.
They didn't really it was a lot of it was the main. Yeah, it was definitely the main story. There wasn't really a focus on any other specific character other than Batman.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out how to do this. Now, should we just like go to the main storyline and then hit up the side ones, or should we like flip back and
I
forth?
think should be a list of how they were released somewhere in here, like the order they were released in.
I see we're joined by my dog now. We're always joined by them.
Yeah, they did start out with number 1, and then I think they did the.
Well, I got an
Someday.
idea. How about I'll go through the storylines, and then when we meet a character, then we'll go to his backstory.
Sure.
We'll just do it like that. That'll probably be the best. All right, so it started off with Dark Knight Metal 1. All right, they don't really like name these comic books unless there's like the side story.
Yeah.
They just go by Dark Knight Metal 1, and then 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So we kind of start off the thing, kind of talk about all these tribes. We got like the wolf tribe, the bird tribe, the lion tribe, and then there's this tribe, the bat tribe.
Yeah.
And this whole story we find this out later, but like I said, we're just kind of going through this quickly. I don't want to be here. We could talk about this thing probably for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
All right, but there's this tribe. The bat tribe is all about Batman, because apparently Batman went back in time sometime to try to defeat Darkseid?
Yeah.
Yeah, tried to defeat him, and he went back in time to find something. And that's when this guy, Barbados, did I say his name right?
Yeah.
God, I always fuck this name up. I don't know why. Barbados. Now, this guy Barbados, was he any other comic book? Or
Yeah,
was this the first time?
he's like the bat god. He was in He was in an issue like Batman 452, I think was his first appearance.
Okay.
I got that one.
Now, what is his backstory?
He's just kind of basically an evil demon in the form of a bat. I don't think there's anything super special about him. But
Well, there you
yeah,
go.
he's just
Easy.
he's
peasy.
usually in a big cloak, and you can't really see what his face looks like. He's just kind of glowing eyes.
Okay.
So it's got that suspension of disbelief
And
of
he-
like what he might look like and stuff.
And he's a Batman villain or Justice League villain?
He's a Batman, basically. His first appearance was in a Batman story.
Batman. Nice.
But
Interesting. Because like, you know what's interesting about that? Because usually Batman's villains are like just psychopaths, you know,
Yeah.
like real-time psychopaths or billionaires or something like that.
yeah.
It's really interesting to see he actually has a villain that's like a god creature.
Yeah.
Because we usually say that for like Justice League storylines or Superman or something.
Yeah, for
so.
sure.
So we started off when they're fighting this guy. Who is this guy name again? Manos?
Mongol.
Mongo. See,
Yeah.
okay, listen, everybody. I don't know almost anything about DC comic books, but Cody's the one who actually showed me this series, and that's how I
Yeah.
got into it.
Oh, yeah.
So who's this? I don't really listen. Superman is like, I know everybody likes this motherfucker. Listen, I don't get Superman, but he is cool in this. He's cool in this, and I'll
Yeah.
show why. But normal Superman is just weird to me, and all his villains are weird to me.
Yeah.
So who is Mongos or Mangos?
He's just I don't know. I think he's just an alien that's pretty super powered. I don't think he has anything super special about him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't read a lot of Superman either.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah.
Superman just never been my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind-
He's too powerful.
I don't mind some of his movies. I actually didn't mind
Yeah.
some of the newer Superman movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't like the best thing I've ever saw, but they weren't bad. But I don't know.
No.
It's his villains, and that's his like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Is like or Darkseid. He came from
Yeah.
Superman too.
Yeah.
So they're fighting this guy, and this guy basically made like a big machine out of all the Justice League, and he thinks because he made this machine out of all the cells or whatever of
Yeah.
the Justice League that they're gonna fall down. But no, bro, this is comic books. They ain't gonna fall down. They beat his ass. So and this is kind of like when we get the sign that there's like these metals
Yeah.
of the Earth.
Like
going on.
they're off planet, they're fighting Mongol or whatever, and whenever that finished, they're on their way back to Earth, and they get this call from Alfred. He's like, shit, something's happening, you guys need to see this.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? He's like, I
There's
can't
a
really
big-
describe it to you.
Yeah, then they go there and there's a big ass rock in Gotham City.
Yeah, big ass mountain comes out of Gotham City, Challenger's Mountain.
Yeah, so the half of the story has to do with all this like metal, metal of the earth
Yeah.
and stuff, different types of metals. Now, was it all this metal stuff? You know, like the actual like core of metal, and metal makes you powerful. Was that in any other comic books? Or
Yeah,
just in
this has been like the nth metal has been what they've talked about recently, but that's like the ninth metal basically, and it's all different. It's metal with like different powers and capabilities and stuff like that. Like, and a lot of the more important artifacts in the DC universe are made of these special metals.
Okay.
Like Deathstroke's Godkiller's sword is one of them. Hawkman's mace.
So it's kind of like the stones, but just
Yeah,
metal.
basically it's like it's kind of like that, but it's just involving different types of metal, and like the Court of Owls put some different kind of metal in Nightwing and stuff like that. So like they've been planning this lead into this story for a long time, which makes it a lot cooler too, because
Okay, that's good.
because it ties in with all like a lot of stuff in like DC history.
Nice. So this is when we get this lady, and she's in control of the group. What was this lady's name?
Oh, the Lady Blackhawk.
Yeah, Blackhawk. And then now she's in control of some group.
Yeah, the Blackhawks.
Okay, well there you go. Lady
Yeah,
Blackhawk.
right.
She
Yeah.
should be control of them.
Right.
So their founding guy is the Hawkman.
Yeah.
Like, tell me a little bit about Hawkman.
He's
Is he old school?
Yeah, he goes back a while. I'm pretty sure he's a Golden Age character, but for sure Silver Age. But his like Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they're basically like two gods that they every time they die, they come back as like a different person, but they still have the capabilities and powers and stuff. So they're basically immortal, but they just like hop from different people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they're like that reincarnation gimmick.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Now there's actually a story, a backstory
Yeah.
in Metal about Hawkeye and his transformation into a demon Hawkeye.
Yeah,
thing.
that's That's after the 5th issues when they do that one. It
Yeah,
was
so
like
we'll-
5.5.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But she's basically going over saying that they can't find this Hawkman. He tried to go back in time to find some of the metals
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and then he's basically lost now.
Yep.
So they're gonna get into the point where, like, you know, different people now are starting to attack them,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of notice that some shit's going down,
Yeah.
basically, because the Hawkman's missing, and then the lady, was like, you know, basically warning them about there's some bad stuff about to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and Batman's kind of getting a little, you know, notions of this, so he goes back to the Batcave to kind of do some research to see where he can find where everybody went, and this is when he's meet up by
Dream of the Endless, the guy from Sandman. Neil Gaiman's Sandman, which is really popular. This was like the main character in that. Was Dream.
Also, they did like a little tie-in
Yeah.
deal.
Well, it's not really tied into this, but this character is from all the Sandman stories that Neil Gaiman did.
Is this his first time showing up on a DC?
No.
Okay, so he kind of goes back.
He's
and forth.
he's like he would be considered one of like the big players. Like when he has to get involved, it's usually pretty damn huge.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that Scott Snyder, the writer, said about this story. He was like, we wanted to make it big enough that Dream would have to be involved, and all the other big characters would need to get involved too.
Yeah, because, you know, somebody's going after that Nif metal, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what we pretty much find out that's Barbados going
Yeah.
after it, and people don't want him to get their hands on it because if he does, he can kind of control the dark universe,
Yeah.
which the dark universe has the power to take over the light universe because the dark universe basically has, my understanding, it has pretty much almost the same characters, but they're more twisted. Like this is where all the people
it's like
remember.
it's the nightmare version. Like if you want, it's like basically like in Hellraiser
Yeah.
and
Or-
Stranger Things.
yeah.
It's upside down.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. That's what
It's
I
like
was
the Hell universe, and the way they describe the multiverse in the comics here is like we're all vibrating on a different frequency. Like we're all occupying the same space. We're just all vibrating at different frequencies, and that's why there's different universes.
Yeah.
So in this one, like the dark universe is just at a lower frequency, and so they're trying to bring this Earth down to that like down into the dark. Basically, is what they keep saying. Like,
Yeah.
and all things lead to darkness is what Barbatos kept repeating.
Yeah.
Like all roads lead to darkness.
That's the famous line.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of the Justice League kind of like messing around with each other because I guess some of them are getting thoughts going
Well,
crazy.
Batman did all this basically. Like they were some prequels to this as well, where they were kind of setting up like how this all happened. But after the during the Darkseid War, Batman got this battery like thing that was supposed to be a beacon that could find other dimensions and pull power from other dimensions, and that's how they were going to get power to defeat Darkseid and stuff.
Yeah.
And after Batman got possession of that, he went and hid it in the Fortress of Solitude, like under it, and just told like Superman, like, just don't ask me what's under there. We'll just leave it there. Like, just don't mess with it. Don't do anything with it. And so, and then after Batman finds out about some of this shit that's going on before this, he's like, he goes there and he's like, just don't ask me. But he put some lock on it that he couldn't even unlock. So he had to go get Mr. Miracle, who can get through anything, and he had unlocked it through there, and then Mr. Miracle opens it up and sees what's in there, and he's like, Batman, what the hell are you doing? You're going to get us all killed. What the hell? And he's like, all right, you're done, Scott. Go home. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And so this is basically, Batman in this issue is basically trying to correct what he did, basically. So,
And also too, also what happened earlier too is the girl, what's her name again?
Lady Blackhawk?
Yeah, Lady Blackhawk. I always forget her name. Lady Blackhawk, she also warned everybody that this is kind of happening because of Batman.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's like a trace that she did, and then she all found out that it was Batman's trace that's going on.
Yeah.
Of why this is happening. And Batman is kind of like, so everybody's kind of looking at Batman like, hey, man, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Yeah. And in this issue, he's kind of just like, he's trying to use little baby Darkseid to correct what he did.
Now, I was always interesting. So, baby, how did this happen?
After the Darkseid War, they either killed him or something, or made him, or went back in time. I can't remember exactly. I do have those books. And I didn't read them. I didn't read the whole Darkseid War. I just read one of the like conclusion issues. But so basically, you had to what they reminded us before the story started was that Darkseid's still a baby, and because they went pretty sure they went back in time and just made it so he was so young that he couldn't really do anything about it. Like, he's still Darkseid and has a bunch of power and stuff, but he's a baby.
Yeah.
But and then like later on, like he's already back to his normal age now. But the way he came back in a Wonder Woman story, and the way he had to do that, he had to kill some of the newer gods and absorb their power or whatever.
As a baby,
he aged a little bit. Well, his daughter, the Grail, she killed some people and killed some of the gods and transferred the energy over, and he aged to basically like a teenager, and then he started killing the gods himself. So then he aged back to normal.
Yeah, so also too, Batman, he kind of tricked Wonder Woman and Superman, because Wonder Woman and Superman are kind of the ones that are really onto him.
Yeah.
Kind of riding his ass and
stuff.
Well,
they're the other two part of the Trinity. The Trinity is Batman.
What Batman, what Cody was saying, Batman wants to kind of fix what he's been doing, but the problem is while he's doing this stuff, it's going to unleash the dark multiverse.
Yeah.
And they're trying to stop him from doing that, but he's like dead set on doing that because he thinks it's going to stop everything, because that's what the...
Yep.
That's what the fucking guy from the Sandman kind of told him to do.
Yeah. And then he comes, and then it's like, this is part where he figures out where the Court of Owls put some of the metal in him.
Now, the Court of Owls, are they still run by Ra's al Ghul? Or is that
No, this is the Ra's al Ghul is the League of Assassins. This is a Court of Owls it's a pretty new, it was a Scott Snyder villains that he came up with during the beginning of his run. And they're basically like an ancient secret society that have been like guiding Gotham to into how they want it.
A little side story, they actually used that on that Gotham show.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch it, but they actually used the Court of Owls on the Gotham show, but on that one, that's the one that Ra's al Ghul, he owns them.
Yeah, nice.
So it's a little different.
Yeah.
So this Court of Owls is just run by
It's just really
elite.
old. Yeah, it's like the elite of Gotham.
Yeah, and they keep all the secrets, and they kind of
help. They have these talons that are like their little dead soldiers they keep alive, basically like the Winter Soldier.
And they're there to help the Barbados and the Batman.
Yeah,
kind of like
they've been spreading the metal into the DC universe by putting it by mixing it in with Nightwing and Robin and the Batman, and so that's why we think we'll find out in a little bit that Batman actually does have some superpowers, because they've been putting all this metal they've been using to do all this crazy shit. They've been putting it in Batman and a lot of other of his peoples. And
this is when we meet the Robin demons.
Yeah.
For the first time.
The Batman Who Laughs has these little little demons.
And how he gets them is probably like the most interesting facts about this comic book that we'll probably get into.
Yeah.
Which is how I got the one that the backstory of the Batman Who Laughs is actually how I got into this, because Cody bought us the comic book, told us to read this right away, and I did. I was like, man, I got to pick up everything else because that's just great. So now, now we see the Batman, he got sprayed with some goo, it looked like, from the Court of Owls. And so this kind of awoken to get the dark multiverse demons coming. And we see this huge picture on the Dark Knight Metals 2 comic book at the end, where they're like, hey, you want Bruce Wayne? Well, Bruce Wayne is here. And we see all these kind of like variations of Batman. But they're kind of mixed. Like, we had like this one that looks like a Green Lantern Batman. We have this one who's all in armor. Another two of them that are all in big ass armor. Kind of looks like something from Game of Thrones, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
The Batman Who Laughs, whose story is the best. Like, they should do a whole fucking series about this guy. He's so fucking awesome. We'll get into him pretty soon. And then there was one, even a girl one. And then we see I guess that's Barbados in the background. So this kind of opens it up to now. Now, did they do backstories about all these characters? Because I only know they did about everybody.
Yeah, they did one for each one.
Okay. So I only got a couple of them on the backstories that I read.
Yeah, and this one is this Metal 2 is considered the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs.
Yes. So this is the first appearance, and then now he's basically saying, welcome to the dark, and then he zaps Wonder Woman and Superman, and they turn into some old, crippling, dead demons.
Yeah, it basically sucks all the life out of them.
Yes. So what is very interesting, too, about this series, that we'll find out, so the dark multiverse, they call it multiverse, I don't know why. I just want to say universe, but the dark multiverse, they actually go to different universes and kill the heroes from there, because they want to make all the universes. Okay, so Marvel, DC, and Dragon Ball Z have this thing where And, Stranger Things, too. Like, there's different universes
Yeah.
to everybody. Like,
Yeah.
right now, me and Cody, there's an evil version of me and Cody doing their show and Universe 3.
Yeah.
And then there's a one that me and Cody are both girls or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Universe 4, something like that.
Yeah.
But just imagine if you got these demons who had the power to go to each universe and either recruit or kill
Yeah.
the people from it. And that's
Yeah.
what they're up to right now.
Yeah,
So that's the
basically.
major story about this.
Yeah, and after this one is when they went to the first of the tie-ins was the Red Death, which is the
Do I have that one over there?
no, that's
Okay,
the
we'll talk about
Flash.
it.
That's the Flash Batman.
Oh, our boy, the Flash.
Yeah, and this one he didn't really. This one, in the other ones, usually Batman would kill or the other one where he took the powers of. In this one, he kind of just merged with Barry West. So like he got the Speed Force. It started out where Batman is chasing Barry White and he's got a couple of Batmobiles and shit. He's chasing Barry, like, you don't deserve the Speed Force. You don't use it good enough. Like, give it to me, motherfucker. Kind of shit. And Barry's like, no, like you're like too angry. You can't handle the Speed Force and all this stuff. And then so Batman, he gets it from him. He ends up merging basically with Barry's personality. So that's why in the comic when you see the Red Death talk, you kind of see it's like two different forms of text laying over each other because they're both. It's supposed to be both in their mind talking, and sometimes where they'll split and say different things because they're thinking different things. But basically, Batman gets the Speed Force and uses it. I mean, to start saving people, but using the Speed Force all the time, he starts to basically the Earth starts to collapse, and he starts basically the end of the world by using the Speed Force too often and stuff like that, and using it basically using it too much and using it too often.
Okay.
So he basically makes the world crumble. So, but then
Yeah,
the
messing
Batman
up
who
time
laughed,
zones, yeah.
the Batman who laughed comes and like, hey, you destroyed this world, but like you wanna, there's another universe that's like where everything goes well and everything like it's light. It's called the universe of the light multiverse, and that's where that's where the Batman who laughs recruits the
Yeah.
Red Death. Who's like, but his main thing was the Red Death, since he uses the Speed Force and his high speed to make a bunch of Batmobiles that are like remote controlled, basically.
Oh, okay.
So
those
he has
things.
like a fleet of like different badass Batmobiles that he just built himself like super fast.
Nice.
So,
And also, too, a lot of this theme is the Batman who laughs is pretty much like the recruiter.
yeah.
Like, you would think, like, I always thought he was like the main bad guy in the story, which he
Yeah.
basically is, but obviously doing all the controlling is the Barbados guy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really get his hands dirty. I guess if there was like one character that pretty much should have been the whole villain, it's the Batman who laughs, because he
Yeah.
kind of like designed everything.
Yeah, he's kind of like the narrative voice in the back of everything, and so yeah, I could see he's more the main character, but he's doing the biddings, and Barbatos has all the power.
Okay, so here, now we're in issue number 3.
Hmm.
And this issue, like, is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Because this, when we see, now we're starting to see some fucked up shit going
Yeah.
on here in the DC universe, which this is pretty great.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't the most fucked up issue.
Hmm.
We'll get to the Batman Who Laughs storyline, but this was pretty cool. So, we have Batman, Bruce Wayne, and we have our girl, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Diana.
Diana,
Prince.
that's right, Diana. Man, if they do this, man, that'd be fucking awesome. Okay, so basically they're all hanging out. They have kids. This is the universe where they're married and they
Yeah.
have kids and they're all just hanging out, having a good old time, no problem. And then what happens? His heart started going a little weird. He's feeling a little weird. Bam! Because you know why? Bruce just got fucking stabbed and shit by this Batman demon thing. Is that the Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay, that one is okay. So right now, this is when Batman basically got taken down. All right, and then the whole fleet comes out. So the dark multiverse has entered this world.
Hmm.
All right, and now they're going after Superman. They're going after Wonder Woman now. All right, because they're all just hanging out and stuff. And they come in all creepy, they come in with a big burst of flames and stuff. You see them all come in. So
riding these demon horses.
yeah. So the one who can make everybody travel is Barbados.
Yeah.
So he's leading his Batman Bruce Wayne army.
Yep.
All right, and they just fucking go in there and they just wreak havoc, man. So they go in there and they start attacking everything. The whole world kind of starts to go in dark, and then you just see like all the the power of the villains or anybody, they're just getting manhandled.
Yep.
And a constant thing in this is Superman and Wonder Woman teaming up to try to fight this, because obviously they're like the god characters, so they're always kind of like the ones to like not get killed or the easiest.
Yeah.
But then they keep getting over, they keep trying, but they can't beat these guys at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they keep trying to do what they do, beat it up. It just the first scene you come in there, you just see this little happy scene, and then you just see, bam, this guy Bruce died like quick.
Yeah.
And then this is when it starts the whole battle of Superman trying to fight some of the armies. Let's see what else we got in here. We got the Flash coming, trying to save people. So what they're doing now is the Flash can rescue certain people that are still alive in certain universe and take them to like a safe zone.
Yeah. Basically, like, I think it was Dr. Fate is kind of like transporting people to this little safe zone where like Green Arrow and the other like resistance fighters are hanging out, trying to figure out what the hell to do, because they can't find Batman basically.
Yeah. So and they want Batman. They need like the original Batman, because if they can find the original Batman, they can kind of stop this.
Yeah, they can figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
And we'll figure out where Batman is pretty soon.
Yeah.
So they're all there and stuff. They're all talking about how to come up with this plan. They plan to find Batman. They want to split up the different, zones to get everybody. And then they're kind of worried about this place getting under attack. A lot of them leave, but some of them stay. Then boom, of course they get under attack, and we get a little Joker kid around there. This is when the Batman Who Laughs comes in. Pretty much kicks everybody's ass.
Yeah, he finds out where they're all hiding, and they show up.
Yeah. So they all go into like different missions right now. So Aquaman had to go to Atlantis.
Yeah. They're splitting up to go find the different metals.
Yeah, because if they can get all the metals together, they might have enough power to stop this Barbados guy from traveling and destroying all these different worlds.
Exactly.
So they all split up. It tells you where everybody's going. He goes to Atlantis.
You got Dr. Fate and Lady Blackhawk and Wonder Woman. Then you have Mr. Terrific, the little egg that's Plastic Man, and Green Lantern. You got Deathstroke and Aquaman. Then you have Steel, Superman, and the Flash. So some pretty interesting teams.
So they pretty much have like everybody in.
Yeah.
On this storyline.
Yeah, they even have some villains in there or some anti-heroes, I guess, with Deathstroke and stuff. But
yeah. So like I said, this would be like a big blockbuster franchise if it happened. Okay, so this is the part that becomes really interesting. So apparently where Superman went, all right, he thinks he was going to go find some metal. He went to go find kind of like this place where who's that silver guy?
That's Steel.
He went to go find Steel.
Because his hammer is part of the Nth Metal too, right?
How easy of a name is that?
It's the one that it's a Shaq movie. It's the one from the Shaq movie.
Yeah. Hey man, we gotta give everybody a job in this thing, brother.
Exactly.
Steel. What an easy name.
Yep.
That's like somebody like Deadpool make fun of.
Exactly.
That's just okay. So he goes there. Basically, what happened is there's this cool scene with the Joker Who Laughs, just drinking, having a good time, telling them basically he tricked everybody.
Yeah.
So basically, he tricked Superman to go into the dark multiverse.
Yeah.
And now he's getting attacked because Superman's mission was to go find Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's his thing. So he's basically getting attacked, and he finds Bruce. And Bruce Wayne, the Batman, that kind of like, I guess maybe like the original Batman they got all their cells from.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is the Batman who has the metal in him.
Yeah, they're using all the other heroes and stuff to power this that big battery basically that's bringing the dark multiverse into the light multiverse basically. Yeah. And they're strapping all the heroes to them and using their powers and brain power and their energy.
Yeah, because something that we kind of touched on earlier is the dark multiverse. They kind of use the nightmares and the crazy thoughts or what could have been of the superheroes. Basically, if we had like a Wonder Woman, a Superman, a Batman, and they turned like evil and their most evil thoughts, that's what the dark multiverse gets out of them.
Yeah.
And it sucks them dry because now Superman's there and you think Superman's going to get out of here, be okay, but no. He turns right into some sort of Dawn of the Dead evil zombie.
Yeah.
Now. So pretty crazy issue because it starts off with like a quick death, while there's like happy family going on, destruction, they kill everybody. And then he goes to Superman. You think he's going to get the upper hand and be okay, but no, he just gets right down, and now he is even stronger.
And then after that, they did some more of the tie-ins, but I think I remember the order they came out. I think the second one was the Dawnbreaker, which is the Green Lantern Batman.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that one. What's that about?
That one is, other than the Batman Who Laughs, that one's my second favorite for sure.
Oh, nice.
The Bruce Wayne, his parents die or whatever, just like normal. But then when that happens, the ring shows up, the Green Lantern ring, and decides to become part of Bruce Wayne. And so he uses that to go chase down the guy who just killed his parents. And he's saying, like, he's trying to get the ring, like, kill him. But the ring's like, no, we can't do that. They're not supposed to do that. And but Bruce Wayne's willpower overrides the ring, and it's like, all right, and kills this thing. So he, like, since his willpower overpowers the ring, he can do whatever the hell he wants with it now. And so he's going around just like fighting all his normal villains, but he's just like eviscerating them and tearing it apart, killing them all. Like
Nice.
He gets called up to the top of the police department by Jim Gordon, and he's like, we got this call about something that Cobblepot did, which is the Penguin. And he's like, but we can't find him or anything. He's like, well, look up. And just like pieces of the Penguin are just like flying through the air because it's like just got ripped apart and thrown through the sky. And he's like, what the hell? You can't be doing this. I'm gonna take you in or whatever. He's like, I'm not gonna let you do that. And he's like, okay, well. And he says something like, it's a pity. It's like, it's a pity your daughter's gonna grow up without a father. And then he just like waves his hand, and then like Jim Gordon just like disappears.
Damn.
So he's pretty brutal with that fucking ring at the end.
So basically, if Batman merges with anybody else, he becomes evil.
Basically.
Or it could be, since they have the original Batman in the universe right now, it's all the weird situations of Batman turning evil.
It's basically showing, in my opinion, it's kind of showing like if with his emotions and his anger and stuff like that, if he had too much power, he might take a little too far.
Yeah.
So the
And
thing that
different
makes
series.
Batman as good as he is because he's limited by what he can do.
And he would be like a smart bad guy, as we're finding out too.
Yeah.
Because he would plan it, because basically the whole Batman character is planning everything, very decisive, always has backup plans.
Backup plans for backup plans for backup plans.
And if you mix them with all these powers that some of the people have, and then you twist it,
he doesn't have to do all that prep work because he doesn't have to. He has all these powers to make up for it.
Yeah.
So he kind of he loses his keen abilities and stuff, but at the same time, like, he's still Batman. So it's not too bad. He just doesn't prep as much. And then I think after they did like the Drowned, which is the Aqua Woman. That was Bryce Wayne.
Mhm.
And in that one, they were at war with the Atlanteans, and to get back at them, she basically gave herself Atlantean powers to where she could control the water and stuff like that. And so she fought back, and she killed all the Atlanteans and then flooded the entire fucking planet, basically. So that's where she came from.
Damn, all right.
And that one had my favorite artwork out of all of them because it was really cool with all like the water shit that they were doing.
Nice.
And then I think did the Merciless, which is the one you have with the which is the Wonder Woman mixture.
Yeah, this is what
it's where Batman and Wonder Woman they're kind of in love in this universe.
Yeah, and they're fighting off the
the gods.
Yeah, that one god,
like Ares.
Ares. Yeah, because if you guys remember, the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
Ares is brought up.
Yep.
Because that's her main enemy. She's going after who causes all this damage and stuff to her home planet. Mm-hmm. And during this comic book, it was Bruce Wayne and Wonder Woman. They're married, and together they were fighting Ares. But during that fighting, Wonder Woman kind of died during it, and Wonder Woman promised to Bruce Wayne to not put on the Ares helmet. Don't do it. But he defied her, and he put it on. Yep. And then since he put it on, he realized all the power that it gained, and he basically went mad with all this power.
Yep.
And that's when he kind of decided to join up with the Batman Who Laughs, so he can, basically he was really hurt by her dying, and he was really angry at Ares, but then he became Ares himself, by putting on that helmet.
And then the world tries to, and then Batman goes crazy with the power. But now he's the god of war, so he's going crazy and killing all these people and stuff like that. But so the humans try and fight back, and they try and bomb him, and that doesn't work.
Nope.
So they just destroy the fucking planet, and now Batman's just.
It's pretty much like a godlike Batman.
Yep.
And this one is actually pretty cool. It has a pretty good storyline to it.
Oh yeah, the art's pretty awesome.
Yeah, his armor looks great.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like looks like the Mountain.
Yeah,
kind of.
It does.
Very much like the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And then I think after that was the Devastator, which is the Doomsday Batman, and that one, Batman but Superman's getting Batman thinks Superman's getting too powerful and stuff like that, so Batman gives himself the Doomsday virus that he can control. So he can control when he turns into Doomsday and stuff. And he can also, my favorite part of it is he can breathe kryptonite.
Oh,
it's like instead of fire, he can breathe kryptonite and stuff. So obviously Superman's pretty powerless against the Doomsday Batman.
Oh yeah.
And then after 3 was the Batman Lost, which is the one where
that's a very interesting one too.
Yeah, this one where they show Batman, basically what's happening to him while he's connected to that battery.
Yeah,
he's just living a different memory, basically, and they're sucking that energy from him.
Yeah, it starts with him like an old man.
Yeah,
and he's reading these stories, and one of them was about his first story that he ever did as a detective.
Yeah,
but he's like, this story is wrong, and he keeps jumping to different universes. This is when we actually see Batman jump to back then, back the time when he went back, and then that's how Barbados figured out the tribe of the Bat and how he kind of started it.
Yeah.
And he just goes back and forth to different multiverse until he figures out like he's trapped in the dark multiverse right now. So this is basically what that Batman who is kind of like a skeleton, this is what he's going through right now. Kind of reliving these different stories but twisted ways.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's like basically if everything he did went wrong.
Yeah.
And he's living that in his head, and that's how the powering the battery.
So that kind of leads us into
number 4.
Number 4. So during this, it kind of starts off with like a story, talking about all these heroes and all these tribes and stuff. And it's basically Barbados saying like he wants all these stories about these heroic people to end. He wants it all to be dark.
Yeah, all roads lead to darkness.
So during this, this is when the Batman, Superman, they're in there, but now Batman is still kind of waiting. He's still fighting.
Yeah, this is when there's the different Supermans are talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're helping him out. We see some weird Supermans. Like there's a Superman in a green suit, one that's lightning. Are these guys?
That's a Lex Luthor Superman. This is the one from the 90s where they tried to make Superman electrical powered. It didn't last very long.
I like how they just brought back some random Superman.
Superman blue, and there's a Superman red too that was also electric. Yeah,
interesting.
It was pretty bad.
So what's with the Superman, the Batman costume?
I think that's just if he was.
It's like his Iron Man Hulk costume.
Yeah, basically.
That's how I fight Batman in his Batman Iron suit. So they're all trying to kind of help the Bruce Wayne, and they eventually give him like this glove.
It's basically the Batman's Infinity Gauntlet has different has different kinds of kryptonite.
Hey man, everybody rips off everything.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so he's fighting back on some of these, basically because these Superman's guys, they're trying to they're all under control. So the Dark Mages, they're trying to get Batman, but Batman outsmarts them. He eventually finds Bruce, who fucking looks like he's about he eventually finds Superman, who looks like kind of looks like a zombie in this.
Yeah.
Black shit all over his face, all messed up, and then they all fight, and they eventually overpower the B Supermans.
Yeah.
And it starts off metal. All right, so then all this stuff, we get a lot of fighting. Because remember we said all the groups, they all split up.
Yeah.
So we get Wonder Woman and who's this guy? The guy in blue? With the golden cape?
Oh, Dr. Fate.
What's so special about Dr. Fate?
He's a sorcerer. He's kind of like Doctor Strange.
See, everybody just copies everybody, bro. And what is he from? Superman stories, Batman stories?
He's his own kind of thing.
Oh, his own guy? Yeah. Okay. Any good stuff with him or just some random guy?
Yeah, he's alright.
If you like sorcery.
Yeah.
So we got Green Lantern there in Atlantis. Oh, by the way, Deadshot, who is... Did I say it right?
That's Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Deathstroke.
He's the one with the sword.
Listen, bro, all these DC.
Deadshot has the gun.
I bet all these DC guys are like, this fucking
Yeah.
idiot doesn't know who fucking Deathstroke is. They probably all pissed off at
Come
me.
on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, you know what? Fuck you. Hey, Deathstroke, he did show up at the end of that Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
He looked pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I actually like that character.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, if they do something with him, they won't fuck that up because he's pretty cool. They can make a pretty good Batman movie out of this guy.
Yeah.
So they're in Atlantis right now, trying to find that metal and stuff, and then they meet some guy.
Owen Larson. Yeah, I think he's from Thanagar. He's like a...
Is he an Aquaman character?
I think so, but also I think he's probably like Hawkman.
Oh, okay. Okay, so just one of those deals?
Yeah.
And they basically have a cannon, and this cannon is supposed to like shoot out and break the multi-universe from doing something. It's just their special cannon. Then we got Starfish. God, this character got heat with me.
Starro, the Conqueror.
Look at this thing.
The psychic starfish.
Who the fuck came up with this idea? They must have been high.
It's one of the very first Justice League villains. Like their first appearance is against Starro, the
They
Conqueror.
fought a fucking star?
So, yeah. It's a psychic starfish.
God damn it.
Yeah, this is the issue where I was like, this might be getting a little silly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because they're throwing in a bunch of characters into this one. Because this one is basically where Dream is telling Bruce Wayne, like, all these stories have been written. Like, this is all, like, preordained stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, this dark multiverse stuff has the opportunity to, like, wipe out all of
this
existence.
This is when the story kind of gets, like, we call it overbooking.
Yeah.
When they overbook the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, they got a little bit this way, but the tone of this, the tone of this comic book is great, but just like everything great, they do overbook a little stuff.
Yeah.
And this would be one of them right here.
Yeah.
Especially having our boy Starfish. They can keep him out.
Yeah, and this is one where they're just introducing a lot of different characters and a lot of
Yeah, they're just going back and showing all the
backstory,
story.
basically.
So pretty much anytime we see the Batman who laughs, he's pretty much the major part of the comic book because he's just hanging out, having a good time.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty much like, we'll find out who it is.
Yeah.
Like how he does his thing, and you'll figure out why he's so cool if you don't know already. By the way, we recommend reading all these too.
Oh, for sure.
This is just an overview, but there's some other stuff we might miss. But you guys want to check out because it is a very interesting story. So yeah, they're going through all that. So this is when we find out that the girl is actually Lady Hawkeye.
Yeah, Lady Black. Yeah, Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
Man,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And whatever.
Yeah, that's where she gets her cool outfit.
Yeah. So she became some normal girl, looks like some girl from S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
All right. And then she come up with some Lady Blackhawk. All right. Now with Lady Blackhawk, like is she like an old school character? Or?
Yeah.
So okay.
Well, Black Hawk, and they've obviously switched genders.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, yeah. Okay. So you said the Hawkeye and the Black Hawk, they can kind of go reform different bodies and stuff.
Well, not her. Hawkman and Hawkgirl. This is Lady Blackhawk. I know how that's be confusing, but yeah, they're
Holy
different.
Shit, I'm totally
they're
confused.
a little different. But Lady Blackhawk, she has some of the nth metal we found out from this, but for the most part, like you said, she's basically just like a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Gotcha. So now so now she's pretty much a main character now in this. Then we see this fucking Flash guy.
Black Adam, who's gonna be played by The Rock.
Yeah, we see the fucking
Black Adam shows up, just kills Dr. Fate like it's nothing.
it's nothing. Hey, that's like something The Rock would do. He'd just show up, muscular shit, just beating some ass.
Yeah, Black Adam's pretty fucking intense.
Yeah. I don't really know too much, so tell us a little bit about Black Adam.
I don't know that much about him either. I know he's like a ruler of a different world, and he's a very Doctor Doom-esque style ruler, to where like he'll kill everyone else just so his people will live.
Gotcha.
Kind of a guy.
So this part's pretty cool. So we're still in the dark multiverse, and now we have Superman, because Batman rescued Superman from the B Supermans, the B evil Supermans.
Yeah.
He rescued them, and they're going on to the Forge of Worlds.
Yes.
All right, because from here they can kind of like.
This is where all the different worlds are made, basically.
Yeah. So right now, like the Batman, and Superman, and this. That got kidnapped, they escaped, but they're trying to find the Barbados to take him down, so they'll stop all this. So now they're going to
the Forge went dark, basically, so they're trying to go restart the Forge, kind of, because like right now, like the They're just making a bunch of like different dark,
Yeah.
evil universes.
So I like how Superman, he's still okay. He has like a little gray,
Yeah.
hair. Batman looks like he fucking is
He's
like
like
aged and no
yeah,
muscle
he's
at all. He's
like
like
80 years
90s.
old, yeah. Super old.
We got to keep that Superman strong, brother. Of
course.
So this is when we actually meet the evil, humongous Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And this ties right into Night of the Hawks, which we do the Hawkman backstory.
Yeah, the Hawkman found.
Which is it's kind of a confusing backstory a little bit.
Yeah, it shows how the story about like how why Hawkman is missing, basically,
Yeah.
or lost, and why they had to find him.
Yeah.
And
And
it
how
shows
he
how
kinda
like he got
turned.
his powers and how he was hanging out with like different people, like his people basically that were, well, not his people. There were people like him that are men with like wings. Then there's these the man hawks,
The man.
which have man bodies but have feathers and like bird faces.
Now, people actually like this Hawkeye? Because
Yeah,
I didn't like
he's
him.
been around for a long time,
Oh, really?
so
Like, I
people
didn't
have
really
to like him a little bit.
So there was like a thing in there I kind of remember, like he was just kind of normal and he couldn't fly for a bunch of times
Yeah.
until he inherited the wings.
Yeah,
So he's basically like a caveman, right?
basically, yeah.
And he kept
got the
climbing
power
this
from
rock.
like the mace and
Yeah.
stuff like that. His weapon,
Because
basically.
he was the only one who could climb and this rock
Yeah.
and get this mace, and
Yep, and they even had an evil Hawkman.
Yeah.
in here.
they fight the evil Hawkman.
And this is how he gets they're showing the challengers and how he found the forge and stuff like that. We're fighting his evil self and the Manhawks.
The Man-Hawks.
Yeah, it's then he gets the more power and shit like that. Yeah, because so many lives, so many memories, a jumble of possibilities. These things I've seen, I don't know what's real anymore and what isn't. So that kind of tells you about how much he's lived through and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's his power, whatever.
So he's done a bunch of stuff.
But then it pulls me into the blackness below. Yeah, that's how they find out where he was, basically.
So basically, through fighting different verses and killing different beings, he eventually found one that he turned into a big, super up demon
Yeah.
monster.
Super huge.
And he got stuck.
Hawkman with his big hammer making dark worlds.
Yes.
Basically. Pulls him into the blackness.
So not a bad backstory. Kind of. I like how it does kind of explain different characters and stuff. Some of the stories are a little bit too overbooked.
Yeah.
Like I thought this story was a little overbooked.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it kind of shows you how he kind of like went from becoming Hawkeye to this demon Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
So did this lead us into any other backstories?
No, most of the backstories were done at this point. This was like a 4.5, then they went to 5, and then they did the Dark Knight's Wild Hunt, which was like a 5.5. But I think this they did the Batman Who Laughs a little bit before this, but that's our big awesome.
So we can do that at the
backstory.
end?
We can do it now because it
Might as well
fits
do it
about
now.
right now.
Yeah.
But this
Okay,
this is a big one.
This is the one you guys should pick up.
Yeah, for
Because if they made this into like a movie or a show, it'd be great.
sure. Oh, for sure.
So it kind of starts out. You could do play by play because
Yeah,
you
for
did the
sure,
one
like-
that.
They you have the Batman Who Laughs on the first page. He's laying out his like cards. We're showing like basically like his tarot cards kind of. And he's talking to someone, you can't really tell who. And then we go to many years ago on Earth number 22 where he's from.
Now, have we ever have any comic books from Earth 22?
I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out some since they reference it here.
Yeah.
But this one, the Joker's kind of been doing this a while. He's tired of this is gonna be like his last hurrah kind of thing he's talking about, and so like he's killing he has families coming up to him and he's killing both the parents and leaving the kid alive. So he's just like
Taunting Batman.
yeah, basically
It's
like doing
Supreme.
the same thing to him, the same thing that happened to him over
Yeah.
and over again. Until Batman gets super pissed off.
So basically, the Joker in this, this is like the Joker's endgame right here.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
Joker is he doesn't care. He wants to drive Batman. He's too tired of playing with Batman. He
Yeah.
wants to drive Batman insane.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he's doing it, by killing these families and leaving the kid alive.
Yeah.
And Batman has a big restraint on him right now. because he won't kill the Joker, but he is like getting fed up like fuck right now.
Yeah, he's doing this like there's like you can see like a whole line here of just like families, and then he's Jokerizing the kids as they're surviving. He's also giving them his Joker virus and making them go crazy. So
Yeah.
it's like double whammy, but over and over
And we
again.
actually seen a lot of that Joker virus before
Oh,
with
yeah.
the gas he uses to make people insane. They even brought that to Gotham as well, the TV show.
Yeah, and so Batman's getting super pissed off, and he just finally attacks the Joker and fucking breaks his neck.
Yeah, so also too, the wasn't it Commissioner Gordon too kind of like told him like, hey, I don't think you should be doing this, killing them, or am I making that up? I thought I read something like that,
Oh.
because I thought somebody tried to restrain Batman from trying to kill the Joker. but
Oh yeah,
Batman-
afterwards he talks to him after this.
Oh, after, yeah. So
So he breaks the Joker's neck or whatever, and doing so, this Joker had a contingency plan to whenever he got killed, his body would release his Joker gas.
Well, you know what's
In a different version of it that he had never used before, so Batman didn't have any antivirus for it.
yeah.
But so like that does, and he
You know what's interesting about that too?
yeah
Is the Joker. Okay, this kind of ties into the Gotham show a little bit, but the Joker in the Gotham show is not necessarily a Joker. He's like an idea.
yeah
So, and how he spreads through his idea is getting spread by the Joker gas, which Scarecrow made for him. Okay,
Yes.
so that's how we actually get to see this new age Joker by this Joker gas, and it kind of does the same. Like the Gotham show kind of ripped this off a little bit, but
Yeah.
they just did it with a different character. As in, this one character was. He was a normal, nice guy, but then he got this gas, and supposedly he's insane now. Okay? Kind of same thing happened to Bruce Wayne here. So Bruce Wayne, he snapped, he finally killed Joker, but by killing Joker and finally doing it, the thing he said he never was going to do, he got this gas, which basically carried the Joker's idea and mindset into this Batman.
Yep.
And there's nothing he could have done. Like, it's very, okay. We'll get to the point, but this Batman is very tricky now. Just imagine if there was a sane, insane person, and now they're mixed together.
Yeah.
But a very smart one
Yeah,
and a very crazy
he's
one.
very smart about how crazy he is.
Like,
now.
this is why this Batman who laughs is so dangerous, because of stuff Cody's about to describe to you.
Yeah, so after that happens, like a bunch of all the kids are infected, and he's basically got them under quarantine. They're all just going nuts, and he's like, I don't think anyone's beyond saving. I think we can do something. And this is where you start to see the Joker gas kind of take effect, because Superman tells Batman that a psychologist spoke to one of the kids that's got Joker eyes, and he's like, and she tried to bite her throat out, and Batman starts laughing, and he's like, I'm sorry, this wasn't funny.
Yeah.
And then so he a couple of days later, he has his Bat family. He has Batgirl, Nightwing, and Robin doing some like danger room exercises where they're fighting some
So he
robots
gathered
and
everybody.
shit.
He even gathered Red Hood, too.
Oh yeah, Red Hood is in there too. He's hiding somewhere. Oh yeah, there he is with all his guns. And so like they're doing all this, and he's like, I'm preparing you to be able to beat me when I go crazy, because he's fully expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
And they're all talking to him about, hey, we can put you in the Phantom Zone, we can do this, we can do that, like, we're not just gonna kill you or whatever. And this was all a ruse, because the Batman, he'd been crazy for a while, it looks like. And as soon as he gets them all to like, what's going on, are you hurt or whatever, he starts to fake like an injury kind of thing, and it's like, what's going on? And then he pulls out some guns and mows them all down.
Mows them all down. Can you do that? So,
Yeah.
so like, this is why this is the most dangerous Batman, because there's no decency left.
Yeah.
Like, you know how...
He has no morals left
So the
anymore.
gas
Yeah.
pretty much made this Batman like intelligent, so he tricked everybody, but he's insane as well.
Yeah.
And the way he did that, now he doesn't have any like moral code to kill his family anymore. It's basically his mind is like in the Joker's mind, but it's even it's even worse than the Joker.
Yeah, because now he preps for his kills.
Yeah, and it's like the worst thing you can find. It's like a very smart, intelligent, insane person.
Yeah.
Because there's no
Super
moral.
scary. Yeah.
you know, and he basically, this is why he becomes so powerful.
Yeah.
This is why he can get people to join his side like he did the other Batmans.
Yeah.
This is why basically he becomes like Barbossa's number one man.
Yeah, he's got Batman smarts, but he's like manipulative and crazy like the Joker.
Because
it's
you know the
super
Joker
awesome.
can do the same thing. Joker can always get the most evil people ever to join him all the time.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it time and time again. And then Batman, same thing. He can have all the nicest like superheroes join him.
Yeah.
So just imagine those two coming together and being one mind.
Yeah.
With one goal to like be them. That's why when I read this, I was like, okay, this guy has to be the main villain in the whole Dark Knight Metal. But then when you read the show, the main villain is the Barbados guy. But to me, the main villain is this one.
Yeah. And then we get to, like it says, another week later at the Justice League Watchtower floating above the Earth. And this is when we see Superman's bleeding out of his eyes, and like all the rest of the Justice League are like dead or ripped apart or whatever. You see Plastic Man just like dangled throughout the whole room.
Yeah, because remember what we were saying earlier, that the Batman character came with a lot of knowledge about how to defeat the Justice League people just in case they ever went rogue or got destroyed.
Exactly.
Well, what happens if the Batman became insane and decided to use all that smartly? Because they don't know the Batman right now just killed his whole family, has been infected with the Joker inside him.
Yep.
And that's why he was able to kill all these guys easily and take over.
And you see Hawkman stuck out in space, suffocating, and Metamorphose outside in space too, and the Martian Manhunter's all stretched out and ripped apart. And like Wonder Woman's sitting here with like a rib cage behind her head, and there's like Mr. Miracle's head, and then Flash is wrapped up with Plastic Man.
Yeah, so it's basically the Batman Who Laughs kills the DC universe.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite Batman costumes I think I've ever seen, where the Batman emblem is green and the inside of his cape is green.
Yeah,
it looks pretty fucking sweet with his big smile, bloody smile. And then this is where he's still messing with Superman, basically telling him like I've been trying to figure out how to kill you, and I've always had to hold back and stuff like that. But now he's like, yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. So he brings out Lois and his kid, and he's like, well, tell him you're gonna be okay. Tell him the good guys are gonna win. And then Superman's like, I can't lie to my family. And he's like, well, that's good. Okay. So then the Batman Who Laughs pulls out the infamous black kryptonite that makes Kryptonians go crazy, like violently crazy.
So when did the black kryptonite first come to be?
I think it was around the first time I heard about it was like the Blackest Night kind of storyline, where a lot of the heroes became like Green Lanterns and stuff like that. At least that's when I remember. And that one, people talking about it and stuff like that.
And that's the one you can put into them, and they can pretty much go insane.
Yeah, basically, you get anywhere near them, they get super violent and shit. Like he's saying, this is a modified strand of black kryptonite. So I don't know if all of them do that, but he's like, when I tested it on Supergirl, she killed her family apart before it killed her. So it makes them go crazy and kills them apparently. But
so as you guys can see, this Batman Who Laughs pretty much fucks everybody up in a very bad way.
Yeah, it basically he does like takes their like biggest weakness and kills them.
Because he knows it all. He knows it all because Bruce Wayne knows all their weaknesses, and he had that all planned out. But that's why this storylines were very fucked up, because it's like all that stuff that he knew and all the knowledge he knew to try to protect everybody, he is now using it to them to kill them.
Yeah. And then my favorite part of this is like Lois is like, Bruce, you don't have to do this. He's like, I know. Catch. And just throws the black kryptonite to Superman. And then you can hear them, see the kids screaming and the parent and Lois screaming, and hear some rip noises, and then the Batman Who Laughs walks over there, puts his finger in the blood, and draws a smiley face on the window.
Does he know his comic?
Then you see him like sitting on the throne of dead bodies, talking to Barbados, and they're talking about their plan. And
because the Batman Who Laughs already took over this whole universe, so now he's kind of bored, so now he kind of wants to take over all the other universes to spread his painful and joyful ways.
Like they have countless worlds left to kill, and they talk about going and recruiting the other Dark Knights and stuff like that.
Now the crazy Robins that he has with them,
I'm pretty sure those are all like all the Robins that Bruce has had before, like Tim Drake and Dick Grayson
And he just
Jason Todd.
put them all in the gas.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought.
gassed them all. And then
Is either that or it could have been those kids do the Joker gas
yeah, he
originally.
could have just put you're right. He could have just put Robin outfits on some of those kids.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think he probably did that. I think that was probably those kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's probably more-
because all these other ones were already grown and he killed.
Yeah, true that. But then it goes back to it's like because you remember that he's telling the story to this guy he has tied up that you still haven't seen yet, and then this is where you see that whoever he has tied up is got their head wrapped up in bandages and is covered in blood, and he's telling them like you'll be able to see what's gonna happen and stuff, and then the next page is one of my favorite pages. It has a flash. On the top half is Flash, the bottom half is a spider. Then you have like an evil alien bug, Green Lantern, and just like Superman if he was like some kind of like face-sucking alien.
So basically,
Like a bunch of just like really scary shit that you would never want to see, like mixed with Justice League characters.
Yeah, so these are the dark multiverses,
Yeah,
different versions of the heroes, just all mixed up in villains and alien creatures.
yeah. Yeah, you got like Dr. Fate, like with eyeballs around his neck. So yeah, it's pretty creepy stuff. And then he's telling you like you'll see a Batman who laughs. It's a Batman who always wins.
Boom.
And then he's just laughing and laughing and laughing. And you see this guy is like tied. He's got hand chains and ankle chains, and he's in a wheelchair.
So
to top it all off.
So the Batman who laughs, his outfit is actually pretty much all in kind of like this armored steel with the Batman logo around it. And you can see his mouth is kind of like the Joker with a huge smile and everything, but he has his eyes covered up.
Yeah.
With spikes coming around it.
Yeah, it very much looks like a Hellraiser, the Cenobite, the bitey one.
Yeah.
Bitey.
And he uses like these chains, like Ghost Rider, and he has all the Robins, the demon,
he's got the Robins tied up to his chain. And my favorite part is the Robins all yell "Crow."
Yeah, they're all
and to get them to stop, he says "Bar."
Bar.
And Robin he killed Jason Todd with a crowbar.
Yeah.
So shit's just demented.
Yeah, pretty much all the sick stuff you can think of.
And they did also, yeah, 5 was next, yeah.
So we got a Dark Knight Metal 5. All right, and this starts off with the Batman who laughs talking to Barbados, and they're in the Gotham City, and this Gotham City is pretty much like a wasteland. And it's kind of cool because you also see like these Joker dragons.
Yes. It's probably my second favorite part of the whole story.
Now, where do they come from? They're just there?
Yeah, they're yeah. I don't think they haven't. They're just there.
They're just hanging out. Hey, you know what? The artist is like, we need some fucking
Well,
dragons.
they were part of, in the Hawkman story, they were kind of like, they were flying around the Forge. I think they were like 8 the worlds that he wanted to destroy.
So this is when we get the Batman, who's like 90 years old, and Superman fighting the big Hawkman, Hawkman.
Yeah.
A big hammer demon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're fighting him, hanging out. We see the Green Lantern and
Mr. Terrific.
God, some of these characters are so lame. Mr. Terrific.
Right. Yep.
It's like he showed up like, man, I need this fucking job.
Right.
Can you just help me out, Green Lantern?
Help me out, man.
Come on.
Let me do
He does absolutely nothing. There were also 2 Aquaman, who I like it how now Aquaman, ever since Jason Momoa, I think I said his name right, has been Aquaman. Now we have to have all the Aquamans look like him.
Yeah, it's long blonde.
Long hair, beard, muscular as shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is. But this one, he has the old school Aquaman outfit on, but he's blonde hair.
Yeah.
So he's okay. And they're going to a place. They're kind of like a center to kind of figure out the center of Atlantis, or the center of the Earth.
Yeah.
So now we got this. Who's the green? Oh, Martin Manhunter.
And the Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Superman guy, right?
Yeah. God, well, no, he's another part. He's a member of the Justice League, but this is when he finally came. This is him like coming back to the DC universe.
Really, where'd he go?
Low
sales, nobody cares.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I'm coming back to try to get a job.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the more powerful ones. He's kind of up there along with Superman. He's a lot pretty powerful.
Yeah. So now we got Wonder Woman fighting Black Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And the Black Hawk is also there too. So we get back some more Superman fighting Superman and Batman fighting the Hawkeye, and they're trying to like kind of snap him out of it.
Yeah.
To kind of get him.
And they're trying to
like,
restart
like,
the Forge
Yeah.
to make more light worlds instead of dark worlds.
Yeah. So Wonder Woman is trying to find this hammer. Kind of like not really a hammer. But
They're trying to find Hawkman's mace.
Yeah, mace.
Yeah.
To try to give him that because that also has metal in it too
Yeah.
as well. 'Cause remember, they're trying to collect all the metal.
Yeah.
And you can collect your own metal too because we have an ad for our very own metal apparel shirt.
Yeah. A T-shirt. They
Yeah,
just came out with a statue, that Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the statue today.
Hell yeah. So Wonder Woman finally gets the hammer, knocks out Black Bolt. Even says Shazam. God, man. All right, so here we go. God, this guy's so awesome.
Yeah.
So the black man who laughs just shows up and beats the shit out of Wonder Woman and takes the hammer.
Yep.
And he always does like these long speeches, which
Yeah.
you guys pretty much want to read them. We're not gonna read them here on the air. We'll be here for like 10 hours. But he does like these very good speeches. And
Very Joker-esque
yeah,
speeches.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like how like you tried but you all failed and all this kind of stuff. So now we get Deathstroke and Aquaman. Don't call him Seaman. They're fighting. They're fighting.
Seaman.
No. It's Seaman. Okay. And we had this fucking alien guy show up. Who the fuck
That's
is this?
Black Manta.
Who the
He's
fuck
one
is
of Aquaman's villains. He's an underwater guy.
Okay, you know what? Some of these villains, they're just showing up for a payday. Like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna show up here.
This guy's actually pretty cool. He'll probably be in the Aquaman movie.
You think so?
Black Manta, yeah, probably.
I guess he looks alright. He's a cool looking.
He's pretty angry, dude.
Kind of looks like a fucking alien.
Yeah, it does.
So he shows up, and then boom, it's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
And then all these Batmans show up too, and they're all gonna be fighting Aquaman and Deathstroke.
Oh shit! You know which one I missed of the Batmans? The Murder Machine.
Oh yeah,
The
which one is
cyborg
that?
Batman.
Oh, is that the girl one?
No, that's this one. Let's look, this machine.
Oh yeah, that
And
one.
that one, Batman's trying to get Cyborg's AI, and
Oh, okay.
to save people, and so it's basically like Ultron. He kills Cyborg, and takes his AI technology, and then makes the Alfred Protocol, which is like just trying to save everyone all the time. It's he's just like going around. May I help you? How may I help you? How may I help you? But it's like a little Ultrons, basically.
Wow.
So yeah, it's the Ultron version of Batman.
Yeah, so pretty much a lot of the backstories are all how Batman took over people of the Justice League's powers.
Yeah.
Except for the Joker one. Alright, so now we got we got that huge cannon there.
Yeah.
Alright, they're about to fight with this big ass cannon. Some more of them come. We got the Green Lantern Batman, the Demon Hulk looking Batman, the Batman in the armor.
Yeah.
And they're all fighting the Green Lantern and the Martian Man, because they're about to use this cannon to try to like defeat, kind of like put a hole into the Earth's core, to kind of like get this kind of like slow down the multiverse from coming. So they eventually shoot the cannon because they use the mace, the Hawkman's mace, and they kind of build up a hole. Alright, so also, and during this time, this is the Batman's to Who Laughs is pretty much like torturing and kind of like talking to the mace, by the way, is not the mace that the Batman Who Laughs took. It was the mace, the other mace. It was the Hawkeye, the big Hawkeye's mace.
Yeah.
So during this, the Batman Who Laughs is about to kill Wonder Woman until the Black Hawk girl finally intervenes. Alright?
Yep.
Fucking took her
Just
so long.
show up and be important.
Yeah, so they kind of like, they just knocked the Batman Who Laughs out, and they're fighting together, and they're kind of like wanting to team up. Let's see what else we got here. So now they kind of both team up, and then they both entered the multiverse. So
Yeah.
kind of like everything is right now is like kind of entering itself into their...
Yeah, and you see all the bunch of like heroes and villains are like all spread out and like just like kind of waking back up because they've been getting their asses kicked and fighting and stuff.
Yeah. So because basically what happened was, due to the cannon and the big Hawkeye coming and shooting that big cannon and everything, it kind of opened up the big portal for everything in this universe now to be opened up to the dark universe.
Yeah.
And now they have to fight all those demon things that we saw in the Batman Who Laughs. Like a cheetah version of fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Something else.
So yeah, now there's Now they're showing us that there's there's evil versions of all the other heroes too, and in this background you can see like Darkseid and the different evil Batman and some other big ass crocodile, some dude that looks like a mini Thor. So yeah, just a bunch of like evil. There's a huge Bane in there, and there's another evil Wonder Woman with horns.
Nice.
So yeah, they're getting all the evil characters to show up, and then you see like a Green Lantern with big ass teeth and a huge mouth. It looks like a Venom, bunch of Venom versions of.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Venomized storyline.
And then this is where they do one of those homages to the Dark Knight Returns with they're jumping through the sky with the lightning bolt going down. Did you see the shadow?
Yep.
It's a really famous Frank Miller artwork. But yeah, this is where they start the big fucking fights and shit.
Yeah, so basically this Yep, culminate.
But then the next one was the Dark Knight's Wild Hunt. Dark Knight's Rising, the Wild Hunt, which just kind of showed like what all the other Batmen are doing, like while the Justice League are doing what they're doing. Like this was like kind of following them, but it was written by Grant Morrison, which is a different writer than the rest of the series, and he's kind of strange and goofy kind of stuff, and his story revolved around Detective Chimp.
Nice.
And what like they were basically doing is Detective Chimp was going through his other dimension and doing some goofy shit. I don't really remember, but then he gets to the end of the story and one of his buddies shows up and like, do you want to help save the universe? And some of the other Justice League members show up, and that's when they recruit Detective Chimp and this is one of my favorite parts where they in 6 where
the last issue.
Yeah, this is when they show like the Dark Knights. Barbatos is hanging out with some Joker dragons, and he's got the transmitter that Batman.
So this Barbatos guy, like literally throughout this whole series, he kind of just like hangs around.
Yeah, he's like he's just lording over all of his minions, doing his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's using the little transmitter. I can't remember what the hell they call it, the remote thing from that Batman hid under the Fortress of Solitude. God damn it, stop. And so he's sitting there. The Joker dragons are flying around him. Some other worlds are burning. And then you have the Dark Knights dragging away other members of the Justice League.
They should make a poster of those Joker dragons or something.
Yeah.
They look pretty
sweet.
wild.
Like the cover, the main cover for the episode 6, it had the Batman riding the Joker dragon. That was pretty sweet. But you have the Murder Machine dragging off like Green Lantern and Plastic Man and the Egg, and you got the Devastator carrying Deathstroke. So they're basically like, oh, we got our casualties, and then it flashes the next page. You have the Cheetah, Wonder Woman, and Darkseid, or it looks like Darkseid Blackhawk or something. I don't know what the hell that's what, but you see all the evil different versions of all the characters just having a huge battle.
Yeah,
it's
a lot of fighting.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see like these like different versions of the Justice League fighting each other. And some of them are kind of evenly matched, but some of them they just beat it easy.
Yeah. You have it shows part of the Murder Machine. He's getting his ass whooped, but you see all the different Alfreds right here with guns.
Just hanging out.
And they're still fighting. And this is when Plastic Man finally gets unleashed.
Oh, finally. We finally got
Plastic Man. He's been sitting in
Man.
the egg, and the whole thing is like the egg. Because Plastic Man is basically, he's not plastic. He's made of the nth metal. So he was getting a bunch of weird like dark thoughts and crazy shit. So he just turned into an egg so he wouldn't like freak out.
Yeah.
But this
is because in the dark multiverse, the nth metal will make you go insane.
Yeah. And then so they get Plastic Man to come out, and he's like, just turn into anything, help us. And he comes out and he's like, all right, how about all of the above? So there's like he turns into like a shark.
Yeah, he turns into like
bat. There's a bunch of sharks actually, a T-Rex, a saw, a hammer,
he just turns into
bulldozer.
A bunch of shit.
And so he's just chomping everyone, mowing down people. And that's when they're like, all right, cool.
So what is Plastic Man? Where did he come from?
He's another Golden Age. He's a really old character too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's been around for a while.
So kids out there buying 50-cent comic books to read about Plastic Man.
10-cent comics probably, and 12-cent comics way back in the day.
All right.
But yeah, this is when
Gotta get
then
that plastic
Barbatos
man over.
opens the portal. He's trying to bring more armies through, and they're like, "All right, let's go through there." Wonder Woman and Lady Blackhawk decide to go down there, and that's where fucking giant Hawkman in the Forge is through that portal.
Yeah, that Hawkman thing. He was. They obviously Superman, Batman couldn't get the upper hand on him. They even apologized to each other for fucking up.
Yep.
But slowly, isn't this when Black Hawk Girl kind of goes to him, and they kind of like
Yeah.
reconcile.
Basically this is but we've been to Oscar Multiverse too, and we see your evil Batman, and we raise you. And this is my favorite part where Detective Chimp shows up. He says, "Greetings from the 53rd Earth." But this is when the Cyborg and a couple of the other members of the Justice League bring their own versions of evil Batman. So they have the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns. They have the Batman from Gotham by Gaslight. They have the vampire Red Rain Batman, and then they have the Russian Batmankov.
And they're on the good guys team.
Yeah.
They're bad Batmans, but they're different bad Batmans.
They're not as evil.
Yeah.
They're more like anti-hero Batman, especially the Dark Knight Returns Batman. He's just tired of.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one with the series that kind of came up before this one.
Yeah.
And it shows basically the older school Batman who didn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Because he was old. He was basically the Batman who kind of reminded me of the Batman from Batman versus Superman, the movie.
Yeah, that's the one they base it off of,
Yeah.
basically. And then this is when Lady Blackhawk shows up with the mace, and she's like, "Hey, this is your mace, Hawkman. You should come back and help us." And then that's when they find the 10th metal, which is above nth metal.
Yes. The major metal.
So they start making that into armor and stuff like that. So that's
because this metal, if they make it in, because that's their plans were too, to make it into armor and stuff, because that will be able to deflect the Dark Multiverse's powers.
Yeah. And then this is when this Joker dragons get involved. Batman punches one in the. They have big ass noses just like the Joker, so the ones of them coming through. Batman's got all his badass new armor on. So he punches that one in the face, breaks its nose, and then jumps on its back. So he's riding a fucking Joker. And the 10th metal is called the Element X. Because this one right here, it says, they say the 8th metal is the stuff of gods. The 9th metal uses dark energy to give its carrier powers that defy physics. But the 10th, also called Element X, is a metal of the so-called Forge itself.
There you go.
And so Batman's flying through on top of the Joker dragon, and he makes some of the Element X batarangs and throws one at Aquaman and one at Green Lantern, and then it turns into armor for them, and gives them some extra energy and some power and shit. And so this is when Barbatos is finally getting real pissed off.
Yeah, he's all like,
he started screaming.
He's like, "I have to fight now? Come on, I have to do something."
And this is when a lot of the Dr. Fate shows back up in a spirit form, and he's like, "All right, time to free yourselves from the Cosmic Tuning Fork." That's what it's called, the Cosmic Tuning Fork.
The what?
The big thing that Batman hid under the Fortress of Solitude. The Tuning Fork. But
fancy names.
So they find all the heroes stuck to it, and they're like, "Hey, wake up, get off this thing. We need to go break the circuit, basically." So they're gonna cut off the energy, and then this is when the big Hawkman shows back up to fight Barbados, and he's like, "Fucker, I got a big hammer too, bitch."
Yeah, because the Hawkman, he first was evil, but then he kind of realized his ways.
Yeah.
After talking with Blackhawk.
Yeah, and then this is when then we go back to the Batman Who Laughs, kind of where the end of his one shot picks off. He's pulling the bandages off the guy he was basically torturing and stuff.
So this is the best part of this comic book part right here.
Yeah, and this is when we find out it's the Overmonitor that he was watching, which is the guy that looks over all the universes, basically.
Yeah.
There's an Anti-Monitor, which is his brother.
He was kind of like that guy from the Marvel universes that Thor liked. He can kind of travel people from different universes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, this is when... And then the actual Batman shows up, but actually where's that one part? Yeah. Had to go back a page. and because Batman shows up with the Joker riding the Joker dragon. Nightwing, yeah. Robin says, "See, Nightwing father always returns." And he's like, "Yeah, riding a Joker dragon and glowing because of course he is, because that's fucking Batman."
That's what he does.
But then he finds out where the Batman Who Laughs is keeping the Overmonitor. Shows up and they start having a little fist fight, and he's telling him, "It's like, you know, you got to remember that I'm not the Joker dressed up like Batman. I'm you." So he's like, "Oh yeah, shit." And he's like, "Batman always wins."
Yeah, because like we were saying with the Batman Who Laughs, he's like both. He's basically like Bruce Wayne, but he's like a Joker version of Bruce Wayne.
Because he says like,
so fighting
this
Bruce
is the
Wayne
gun that killed our parents because he keeps it, but they died because they lived to ethical codes and blah blah blah. And he's like, because you hold back, and that's what led you here. But this Batman should be perfect, apex predator. You're the setup, I'm the punchline, and blah blah. But this is and so Batman's like, just fire the damn gun, and he's like, I'll be glad to. But he's like, I wasn't talking to you. Yeah. And that's when the part I was waiting for the entire series, when the Joker, that Batman's been keeping locked up in his Batcave since the prequels.
Oh really? Wait.
In the casting in the Forge. The prequels before this, we find out that Batman had been keeping the Joker, because we find out that there's 3 Jokers, and I think he's trying to find out who the 3 are, so he has one like locked up in the bottom of his Batcave. That the Green
is that the
Lantern
one that
found.
you're telling me about, where we finally find out like who somebody was?
Yeah,
the
basically.
Joker was or something.
Well, they found that the Batman had after the Darkseid War, Batman got the Mobius chair from Darkseid, which is like an all-knowing, basically supercomputer, and he asked the chair like who's the Joker, and it's like there are 3 Jokers. So Batman's trying to figure that out, and I think while he was trying to figure that out, they haven't really touched on any of that story since Rebirth, but I'm pretty sure that's why he was keeping one of the Jokers in his Batcave, because he's trying to find the other 2 and have one. So he's trying to keep one imprisoned and find another one so he can prove that there's more than one.
Gotcha.
I'm sure. But this is when the Joker meets the Batman Who Laughs, and the Joker shows up. The Batman Who Talks is more like it. And we have because the Joker shot him with a bang sign, stuck in his back. But the Batman's like, I'm going for his leg. Joker's like, I call his face. He's like, is that too soon? Going back to the New 52 Joker where the Joker stapled his face to himself. So little callback to
you
that.
can actually find a lot of people have been using that for like Halloween costumes, and that's a really big.
They came
Joker
out with a mask. They really released the book with a mask.
I actually have a picture of myself with the mask on.
Yeah, but this is when Joker has these knives shaped like batarangs, little Batman shaped knives.
So what's interesting about this fight too, that the Batman and the Joker were coming up with, like, because of how the Batman Who Laughs thinks. He thinks of all possible scenarios with each person. That's how he knew how to defeat all the Justice League, because he came up with all those scenarios. But he could have never imagined a scenario where Batman and the Joker would actually team up and fight somebody equally.
Yep. And there's even a part where he's like, we're not going to talk about this. It never happened. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, the Joker don't care. He's just like, whatever.
The Joker chops the fingers off that are holding the gun, and then the Batman Who Laughs tries to run off. And that's when they show up the Green Lantern, who's destroying the murder machine Batman with a giant semi-truck. And then the Superman's just punches the shit out of the Devastator. And then Aquaman stabs the Drowned. And then you still have the big Hawkman fighting Barbados. And then that's when Lady Blackhawk shows up with her Element X and just flies straight through the heart of Barbatos and kills him.
Of all the people, Lady fucking Blackhawk kills the Barbados, who honestly did almost nothing. Like he organized everything, and he was actually pretty interesting in the Batman Lost storyline that I forgot to touch up on, because Barbados was like kind of controlling Batman and saying that basically he made Batman and he gave Batman he was the one who had Batman get all this wealth and fame and everything, because of when Batman traveled back in time, he became he knew Batman would be something, and that's how he was going to get to the multi-universe using Batman and give him all this power. And also too, we also find out that all the metal was actually in the Gotham City. That's where all the metal kind of came. That's when we got that's why when everything was going down, it was all versioned in Gotham City, because that's where all the metal was planted. So Barbados, he did do stuff, but in the main storyline, he did like nothing.
Yeah.
He only did stuff like he like made everything happen, but he didn't actually like do everything.
Yeah, he's like Thanos through the first 2 Avengers movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just
he made
watching it
everything
happen from afar. Like, I don't want to do it. If you guys can do it, that'd be cool.
But except at least Thanos, like like when he actually came and he had to like take care of business, he took care of business.
Yeah.
This Barbados guy just got fucking destroyed like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Blackhawk just flies through him, and then they're trying to get the tuning fork back to change it so they can raise the Earth back to its regular frequency and stop all this shit. But they can't get to it, so that's when the Overmonitor's like, you can just use the metal that you have, the 10th metal. It has the energy from everything on the planet, everything that's ever made has this metal in it. So just conduct that energy and use that. So they're like, okay, cool. So they all hold some hands and do some kumbaya stuff, and then they bring everyone back from the darkness. This is when they plow through the source wall, which is technically it's like a wall of to the source wall where everything ends, and it's the limit of the multiverse. And basically the way they show it, it's like giant celestials that are like making a wall. And the way it's talked is the source wall is actually the father of Darkseid. So like they're very fucking powerful. And to beat the dark multiverse, they had to punch a hole through the source wall. And what you see here before they do the epilogue is just a giant hand reaching through, which is to show like how fucked they kind of are, or what they just did to save the Earth. Now they blew a hole through the source wall, which starts like this basically starts the whole storyline for most of the Justice League books moving forward. Okay. They've already come out with the next part of this where they're all banding together to make sure the source wall doesn't come through the source wall and fucking kill everyone.
Yeah.
And so then they go to an epilogue, and this is where like all the Justice League's all getting together afterward, having a dinner with Bruce Wayne, and they're basically just like kind of celebrating the fact that they're all not fucking dead, basically.
Yeah, not
and this
insane.
Is when you get like a little taste of some of the stuff coming up. Like they show the Metal Men, they show the Immortal Men, which is a book that came out of this. They show Hawkman still like writing in his diary or whatever, sitting next to a bed because he's still kind of fucked up, being back to normal now, but he's still sitting in a hospital bed. And then it shows some secret societies and stuff like that we still haven't seen yet. Like
it's a bunch of new villains.
Like I don't know who the hell these people are.
Kind of looks like that Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of. It's got a little something going on, but then like shows Atlantis like falling apart. So there's gonna be a lot of shit that expands out of this. You're showing some of the Celestials right here that they're fighting in the new Justice League right here, and the Flash War. So they're setting up a bunch of new stuff for the rest of the series. But then they're talking. He's like, "But Bruce, you're kind of always prepared. Like, what do we do?" And he's like, "What I'm saying is, I don't know." For like the first time, I don't know what the hell. Like, no one's ever done this before.
Yeah.
Like, no one's ever broken through the source wall before. I don't know what's going on. But then then we go to Batman says that, but he's like, "It's not enough about that. Let's at least enjoy a few minutes." So they go have a party and dance, and then he's like, "I have a plan," and that's where there shows a Hall of Justice plans on his desk and a blueprint. But that's what leads into the next Justice League stuff.
So kind of expanded from there.
Yeah, and what's come out of that is the Justice League now. They're incorporating like villains and heroes into their thing. So, but what basically happens in the new one, Brainiac shows up, starts like beating the Justice League's ass, and he's like, "I just came here to show you like how weak you all are, and like how much we need to improve." And he's like, you're not teamed up the best, you're not getting the most out of each other, whatever. So Brainiac recruits like Starro. That's why he showed up in that one issue, because they're going to use him now in the Justice League. So there's going to be like 4 different teams now, and Lex Luthor is going to be on a team, and so is Darkseid and Lobo and Brainiac.
So they all got their own team.
Yeah, and Harley Quinn's going to be on a Justice League team. So they have Team Wisdom, Entropy, 2 other ones.
And who is this team supposed to fight?
The Celestials, the Source Wall, basically.
Oh, okay.
All the shit that's coming out of the Source Wall to devour worlds.
Nice.
Basically, huge Galactuses.
Oh, that's always fun. So that's the Dark Knight Metal. Hope you all enjoyed that story. Very, very interesting comic book series.
For sure.
There's a lot more detail. We do highly recommend you go out and get yourself a copy.
Yeah.
So you can read the actual dialogue and everything. We pretty much gave you a big overview about how everything goes down. But this is definitely one of the best events that I think that the DC has ever done, just because they mixed it a lot with the, different kind of like horror reality.
Yeah.
And just some craziness. Now, the main story can kind of get a little complicated.
Yeah.
But what doesn't in comic book universe, they always overbook everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the side stories are very, I like it because they go in depth about some of these characters, especially some of the Batman characters and how they came to be. Now, some stories are better than others.
Yeah.
But it's just great. So, and the Batman Who Laughs pretty much steals the whole story.
Yeah, for sure.
And they should make, more stuff about this guy.
Yeah. From what I've seen is they're going to use him in The Immortal Men, which is a series that spawned out of this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So.
That should be interesting.
Issue 2 came out today, so hopefully, I think he's supposed to show up in next issue.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
So everybody go check that out, The Immortal Men. What is that kind of about?
It's a group of so far I think it's 4 people. I don't know who any of them are, but apparently they've been around for a long time. They're like a secret Justice League kind of a thing. Like they don't really want to be known or anything like that, but they still show up to stop a lot of shit.
Nice. So everybody go check that out. Stop by your local comic book store. Support all the comic books. There's a lot of stuff. Hey, if you're in the Dallas area, go visit Cody.
Yeah.
He'll hook you up
Hell
with
yeah.
overpriced. He'll find something overpriced and give it to you. So and everybody check out some of our other shows we're doing. We'll be coming back. The Walker Report, some more Faces of Fear, some more Frightmare coverage, because I got a ton of that. And this has been J.K. Klein and the Walker, Cody Walker. This has been the Story Room.
The Story Room.
Story Room. Dark Knight Metal. And just remember, if you're like our boy Barbados, and you have all this power, be sure to at least take some karate classes. So if somebody comes and tries to fight you hand on hand, you could do something.
Yeah, just like a big fly swatter.
Yeah, something.
A Lady Blackhawk swatter.
Pretty much anything. You could have done anything. Just fucking got easy.
Oh.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.